Alrighty, over here. It is recording over here. All right, so good morning. Can you please tell me your name, what part of Baltimore you are from, and what local you represent?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Sababu Austin. From Liberty Heights. I grew up from West Baltimore, and I represent Liuna 710, local 710.
Perfect. Any questions? Thank you. Okay. So what made you join Liuna Local 710's apprenticeship program?
A friend of mine was already in the union. He graduated high school before me. At the time, I was still in high school, and he sent me the address to get an interview. I went and got an interview a month before I graduated high school, and I got into the apprenticeship probably like a month after I graduated high school.
Perfect. What does a typical day on the job look like for you?
Very hardworking, constant movement, and being as young as I was on all the job sites and working with a lot of older and experienced guys, they showed me the ropes and showed me how to use tools. And once I got the idea on how to use the tools and the idea of what we're doing on the job site, I went out there and got it done, whatever they asked me to do.
Can you tell me about the concrete and like what you do with concrete and carpentry?
What I did what they showed me on the job site was we typically got like concrete bags, and they were pretty heavy. Some of them were like 60 pounds, so you might need some heavy lifting here and there. But typically, or if we didn't have a concrete mixer, we might use a bucket and mix it. We might pour the bags. Well, we pour the water in the bucket first. The amount of water is needed might be 2 cups, 3 cups, depending on how much concrete is needed. And we open the bags and dump them in there and mix it as smoothly as possible, depending on what they needed at the time. They needed more wet, they needed more hard, depending on what they needed to be poured. So whatever the surface we were pouring it in, that just depended on how they needed the concrete. I've even worked with carpenters, and they showed me the ropes a little bit with foremen, with form work, tying up rebars, so concrete could be poured smoothly. And it's just been a long road since then.
Nice. You like working with your hands?
Yes. Since I was young, I've always wanted a job where I can work with my hands. I didn't really see myself having as much of a desk job. I don't like to sit still as much, so I think this union was kind of perfect for that. So far since I've been working, I've always been moving, going and going. So yeah, I think that was perfect for me.
Awesome. What time do you normally get up in the morning, and what does your day look like? So you get up at what time?
So for my job sites, I typically got up 5 o'clock, maybe the latest 5:30, but typically 5 o'clock. And the last job site I was on, we was getting there about 7 o'clock. We was getting off at 3:30. But it also depends on how far of a drive it is. Some people were waking up at 4:30 to get to an hour drive. Some guys are coming from DC to Baltimore, waking up even earlier than that. So it really depends on how far the distance is. The job sites I've been on hasn't really been that far of a distance, so I just wake up at 5 o'clock, get my day started, eat more breakfast.
And what time do you typically get off?
On average, 3:30, but it really depends on the hours you're willing to work and how many hours they give you. You might get off at 5:30, you might get off at 6. There's been times I've been working on a Sunday, getting off at 7 o'clock p.m. from 7 to 7. So it really depends on the hours they give you, how many hours you're willing to work.
Perfect. How has the union changed your life or your future plans?
The union has played a part in my transition to adulthood. I'm still pretty young, only 21 years of age, so like I said, I applied for the union fresh out of high school. So my transition, it had played a part in my transition to adulthood smoothly. So I was able to move out of my mom's house. I got my own vehicle. So I was able to almost kind of have a feeling of what it's like living into adulthood, and the union played a huge factor in that.
Perfect. What would you tell someone who is thinking about joining a union like Liuna 710 or any other union?
I would say pay attention to the guidelines. Especially if you're willing to get in the 710, be prepared to work hard and be prepared to work in any kind of conditions. I've worked in 8-degree weather. I've also worked in 98-degree weather. So be prepared for all conditions and whatever comes your way. But make sure you pay attention to the guidelines. Different union has different, they pay differently. They got different rules, different setups and everything. So just pay attention to the guidelines, and it's very helpful. It has health benefits, it has a lot of benefits than non-union as well. If that makes sense. You can connect with different people. You can get an idea of all kinds of unions. You meet with all kinds of people from all over, from New York, DC, Virginia, anywhere. So that plays a big part too.
Nice. What year apprentice are you?
In August, this will be my second year as an apprentice.
And how long does it take for you to become a journey person, from being apprentice to a journey person? How many years is that?
It takes about 2 years. I'm almost done as well.
So after your 2 years, you'll be a journey person.
Should be, yes.
I love that. Okay, I think that's all. Let's see what this look like. 'Cause I probably should have did the test in the middle and I didn't, so let's see. Let's see. Why can't I hear it? Oh, I'm fast forwarding over there.
It's just slow.
Yeah.
The volume was going, I bet you the green volume was at
Was
max.
moving?
Yeah.
That sounds good. Of course, once I put on the computer, it'll be louder. How you think you look?
Okay.
You look alright?
It's about, how do you spell your name?
Sababu. And my last name is spelled a little different. It's Allston.
Make sure we got it right. You do it again?
I feel like I want to do it again, and I feel like, I have a boom mic. That was great. That was a great tape.
You have a lot of friends that are not in the union that you're interested in getting in? Like, do you, like, find yourself, this is just us talking, do you find yourself, like, having to convince people to join the union at all?
Yeah, I might. Yeah, I believe so. I like that. It's the best to join the union. So.
What's there, I mean, I guess, what are you hearing? Like, are they like, nah, like, you know, down for, like, getting up that early? Or, because, like, even Brad said, a couple folks quit on the job. It's just, like, why, what's their reasoning for quitting?
I know some people just can't handle the conditions you have to go through, especially some jobs might not be as friendly. You might have to deal with co-workers, you might have to deal with foremen that typically are just not as easy going as well. So you just gotta put your emotions to the side and be able to do that at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it can be tough out there.
And especially with older guys, they might not want to work in the cold because we out there in all weathers.
Yeah.
So some guys don't want to work in the rain. You know.
Mm-hmm. You get OT for working past 3:30?
Yes.
So when them jobs that, like, even a Sunday job, even weekends, you get paid OT?
Yes.
It's good money. It's good money.
Some unions they get paid double time as well for working on Sunday. Like I was working on Mother's Day.
Jeez.
I don't know. I can't hear anything. This was him just talking to you, and now I can't hear it. I don't know what I did wrong, so we're not gonna use that. Oh, so that is the mic. That's the one I just did.
Yeah.
And then, oh shoot. And then, which one do you think sounds better?
I would say do it against the mic,
Just in case.
just in case. Like, it probably sounds good, but it's hard to tell on the camera.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Last take. We'll do it with the mic. They rowdy in there now. They a little rowdy. They a little rowdy. Okay, step back a little bit from me. Take one step backwards. Perfect. Right there, Justin.
Yep.
Alrighty. You're on. Thank you. Okay, good morning. Can you tell me your name and what part of Baltimore you're from?
My name is Sababu Austin. I'm from West Baltimore, specifically in Liberty Heights.
Perfect. And what local do you represent?
Representing Local 710.
What made you decide to join the union apprenticeship program?
A friend of mine that I grew up with was already in the union, or in the training in the union, and he gave me an idea on what to do, and I've always wanted to work with my hands, so I applied for an interview a month before I graduated high school, and once I finished high school, I did the training, and they sent me on the job site